Interesting, because I got a call from the Foundational Black American Society here in Florida who reminded me that Byron's mother is Jamaican, he is Panamanian, and they found it quite insulting, in their words, that he would try to claim victimhood of slavery without a single descendant of American slaves in his family.
I like those foundational guys.
They're so good.
Tariq Nasheed and all. I mean, I don't agree with everything, but like they've got a perspective. If your family's been here 400 years, and the descendants of a lot of American slaves or families have been here 400 years, I don't know. I think that gives. I'll listen to you. Like you've 100%. You've got a point of view that is legitimate, I think.
Yeah. And they're unequivocally heritage Americans.
That's for sure.
100%.
I mean, they're definitely heritage Americans, if anyone is. And, someone rolls in from Ghana and gets an MSNBC slot and starts speaking on behalf of black people. It's like, shut up, honey. You've got nothing to do with this.
Right.
That's literally a fair perspective, right. I think.
And so it's good to actually see them call them out for that. That's actually cultural appropriation. Appropriating the struggle of slavery.
I totally agree.
And the struggle of slavery was real. I don't think Republicans ever want to really whitewash that. It's real, no. Right? But for
Byron, against slavery.
We're against it.
Whether it's in the, West Bank or here or anywhere. Yeah, against it.
And so for Byron's group, his team, to call me and essentially our entire supporting base racists for saying that you're a slave when quite literally you took $45 million. You won't tell us what you agreed to take that money this early in a primary, which is unprecedented. You know this, how unprecedented that kind of money is in an uncontested primary until now. But secondarily, to actually go out and try to gaslight us and think that you're just one of those guys that has been here, since the early 1800s and your family was in the struggle too, you're not. And that's a very interesting term that the Foundational Black Americans use. It's called tether. They're tethering these tethers like Byron Donalds. They come here literally one generation in, and they try to just sit around and act so folksy that we're all part of the same struggle and we're all down on and we need to fight against. No, you just got here, dude. Like the Haitians, like the guys from Ghana who just got here, you don't get to just be a part of our system and then lecture us about how our country went wrong.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Y'all heard it. Ooh. It's strange, man. This is a strange thing to me here because everything that was said in there is pretty accurate, right? But there's some weirdness to this whole Tucker Carlson and James Fishback bringing up Tariq Nasheed out of the blue, bringing up his approach out of nowhere. That's strange to me. It seems oppy. Now, let me say, I don't have nothing against Tariq Nasheed, if that's even his name. I don't have anything against any of these people, per se, personally. I don't know these people. Okay, I'm watching this thing like a fan, and I'm just analyzing the players.
Carmelo Anthony is getting into it with some fans here, just behind our broadcast area. They've been riding him for about 4 straight possessions.
Why would Tucker Carlson, of all people, bring up Tariq Nasheed and then say, I agree with a lot of stuff he has to say? Y'all don't find that strange? Y'all don't find that strange? Tariq Nasheed says white supremacy more than anything I think ever. He says that word several times in any interview.
Complete white supremacy.
White supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy. So in my mind, Tucker Carlson is the definition of a white supremacist. According to y'all, wouldn't Tucker Carlson be the very definition of a white supremacist? But now he's throwing up shout outs to Tariq Nasheed. And Tucker is oppie, y'all. He's creepy. There's something to that guy. He's working for somebody. And I think Tariq Nasheed is too. Now, for some of y'all who don't know who Tariq Nasheed is, he's a guy who kind of got his start. According to him and their story, I guess he came to LA to do music or something like that. Had some weird little rap groups. Then he started in the pickup game doing how to get women to have sex with you type books. And all of a sudden he became like this pro-black type of figure by producing a movie or putting a movie together called Hidden Colors or something like that. And I'm not knocking this guy, Tariq Nasheed, because I'm not going to, he did something for the community to a certain degree. I remember, going to work one day and I was in the Army for 20-something years, so I met a lot of different people. And I remember this warrant officer coming up to me. She was black, and she was like, "Have you seen Hidden Colors?" So, there was a sense of connection there with what he did. So like I said, I'm not knocking this man, but I don't trust the fact that Tucker Carlson is bringing him up, and this James Fishback guy. I don't even trust this James Fishback guy. This James Fishback guy, if y'all don't know, he's running for governor down there in Florida. And the reason it is, right, I noticed that Tucker Carlson and Tariq Nasheed have one thing in common. They really don't talk about Jewish people in particular. They'll talk about Israel as a country, but they really don't say Jewish people specifically the same way like a Ye would or like a Candace would or something like that.
My lawyer was Jewish, my regulator was Jewish, but like
because he's Jewish.
It was a Jewish doctor.
They kind of stay away from that. I'm gonna show you something real quick that happened maybe last year. Check this out. This is on X, and a lot of y'all heard this, but this is strange to me right here. Watch this right here, guys.
Calling to my show, they said the blacks was something that blacks in America used, that this wasn't a term that was used. That's why they said you ask them other people what they are. They say they're Nigerian. They say they're whatever, but they don't say they're black. They said black is specific for the ones who came on my show, said it was specific for blacks in America. Is that true? Because I don't know.
Okay, because some black people will come over here from Nigeria. And is that Tommy talking? That Tommy? Now you
Yes, I was just wondering, is that part true?
Wake it up. But Tommy, I would say you're not really Panamanian, but a lot of Panamanians, they come over here and if they're dark skinned, they'll say that they're black. But he's saying that a white Jewish person ain't really Jewish or white. I'm trying to make sense of it.
Is it Jews and whites aren't even genetically the same?
The first time you've heard about the difference between a Jew and a white person in all the years you yap about race?
Because a lot of Jewish people classify themselves as white.
Yes, to go undercover and to go under the guise of white supremacy.
Now, did y'all hear him not know? Isn't that a contradiction, guys? How does Tariq Nasheed not know the difference between Jewish people and white people? But he can point out a Panamanian versus a dude like me from Texas. He knows the difference between a Somalian not being black. But when you say Jewish and white, he comes with the, what do you mean they're not white? And some of y'all need to get over this whole Jewish people are white thing. They're not. The same way you FBAs know that you're not Nigerian or African, you don't feel African, they not white. They'll tell you they're not white. And the fact that Tariq Nasheed, after all this exposure and stuff that he gets, doesn't know that and plays like he doesn't understand that concept, that shit is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. My first sergeant used to have a saying. He used to say, either you didn't care or you didn't know. The answer to them questions, unacceptable either way. If you didn't know, that's unacceptable. And if you didn't care, that's unacceptable. How you don't know there's a difference? But you preaching FBA type stuff. Come on, man. I don't trust this whole thing. I think they want y'all to be right here. They realize that a lot of black people are looking more conservative now, looking for something more where they're being heard on some real shit. So the whole idea of black Americans being quote unquote foundational, yeah, it sounds good, but at the end of the day, it still doesn't give you anything. It still puts you in a foreigner status. It still doesn't give you a land. It still doesn't give you an identity. It still don't give you a whole truth. I'm telling y'all, that's a strange link. They want Tariq Nasheed's little crew to be linked up with this JD Vance agenda. Tucker Carlson and Tariq Nasheed, they almost alike because they won't name Jewish people in particular. They're just scared to say it. But they give the appearance that they're based and that they're really saying something. They're not. They're not. And then Tucker Carlson, I'm gonna go back to him. I got videos on him. Y'all can go check him out. This guy, he's shady as I don't know what. But I don't like his whole tone about, I wouldn't mind hearing their perspective. Like as if we need Tucker Carlson's fucking permission to be heard. Like Tucker says they have a point. You know what I mean? Just his tone in it, it just rubbed me the wrong way. It's still some slave-minded shit. Like, that's a perspective. I would hear that. What do you mean you would hear that? We don't need you to hear nothing, boy.
Boy, none of y'all Hollywood plant-ass niggas tell none of us what we do. This our culture now. It's up.
Man, listen. Watch these people, man. They want your energy somewhere for a reason. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and some of y'all not gonna understand this today, but if these people ain't yelling out Jesus, and if they ain't speaking the facts, the 100% truth, you better be looking at them sideways. You better be looking at them sideways. We'll see y'all next time.